Hi and welcome to my channel. I'm Valerie and this is your home for manifesting insights that you can implement in your life with ease. Be sure and like, subscribe, share, and you will get notified of my next videos as they come out. So today I want to talk about regret and how it clogs up our mental circuits and how it bogs down what we want to manifest and why that happens. So hang in and we're going to unpack this together. Now, regret is that one thing that when they question people who were on their deathbed, what did they regret? They talked about regretting that they didn't love enough, or that there were things that they wanted to do but they never got to do. And this is the degree that having regret can torment you throughout the entirety of your life. It is just something that stands between you and the next thing you want to do, because it's always keeping you enslaved to the thing that you passed up on doing, that you had something get in the way of your thinking about it, or what you imagined about it, that you added meaning to what it could do and you backed away from it. It could be a potential relationship that you wanted to have that you got cold feet at the last minute. It could be a job you wanted and then you had regrets that you passed up on the job, and that you had regrets that you did it. Oh, it might have led to a really great career. So we're always thinking in terms of what we could have had instead of looking at what's really in front of us. And this is really what we call the old man, the ego, trying to hang on. It's having an action of wanting to actually keep you in a safety zone. So even though you're going to end up feeling like you're in this viper pit of emotional torment about it later, and you have regrets about it later, in the moment when you backed away from doing something or didn't say the thing that later on you were sorry you didn't say, or something didn't work out in your favor and now you're regretting not having been stronger about it during the initial encounter. It could be any of those kinds of things, but the upshot of it is that it is your old man was trying to hold you back, was trying to protect you. This is your ego when we say the old man. And it's constantly, this is the monkey mind, as they say in Eastern wisdom and Buddhism, the monkey mind chattering away and telling you why something is not going to be as good as you originally thought, so you backed away and now you're in the woulda, coulda, shoulda phase. Or you you told someone about plans that you had, and this came up for me a lot in the past, telling someone about some big thing I was going to do, and I have talked about this in an earlier video, and that they would project all their horror stories on it, all their doubts and all their put downs. Maybe, it's part of putting down what I want to do, made them feel bigger. Whatever happens, it's because of what their ego was saying. And then I would back off on doing it and then be sorry about it later and regret that I hadn't done it. Neville Goddard said, if you want to see what your fears are, try telling someone what you're imagining. And that's exactly it. If you have, this is another way to create regrets, because if somebody puts you off doing something that you had a lot of intentions around and you let it get to you, then you can end up having regrets about that. So the question comes down to, if this is how regret comes up a lot, what is an alternative to being able to push past regrets, really blow the regrets out of the water. The famous French singer of the 20th century, Edith Piaf, was known for a song in French. It goes, "Je ne regrette rien," which just translates as, "I regret nothing." You know, she had a very illustrious life, and that song was her anthem, is, you know, "I regret nothing in my life. You know, I stand up for it." And then later on, I think back in the 1970s, early 80s, Patti Smith, who's a wonderful, wonderful singer, amazing performer, and she opened, it was a song where the opening went, "Jesus died for somebody's sins, but not mine." So that's to say, you know, sin is missing the mark. And whatever Jesus was believed to have died for, she wasn't having that. She basically said, "I don't regret anything. He didn't die for anything I did. You know, I stand up for wherever I'm at in my life." And so we can look at it in both of those ways. But at the same time, you want to say, okay, how do I feel like I haven't hurt somebody by not doing this thing? Or how do I get over this way I'm beating myself up constantly and it's getting in the way of other things that I want to do? Because it's a pattern. After a while, it becomes a pattern of of passing up on something, an opportunity, even like a fun event, like a party, and then backing out at the last minute because something in you says, "Oh, it's I don't want to put these people to any trouble," and you feel your role in it is going to be too much. And this is all meaning that the ego is coming up with, and you want to be able to push the ego away. You are greater, and one of the ways to do that is when you feel this pattern of backing away and then later having regrets and the woulda, coulda, shouldas, is really to stop and be still. And go into that space of be still and know I am God. I am the presence of, I am that. This is what it simply is. The energy and the power and the action of the divine in you is in stating I am. And you may want to just get quiet, create some space for yourself, and just be with that. And that will remind you that you are greater than anything that you could possibly have the regrets over. And along with that is to remember that you are love itself, and that in clearing that path past regret becomes also part of the power of another R word, repenting, which doesn't mean, you know, like in the medieval paintings of somebody being burned at the stake or being boiled in oil, whipped to death. Not that, it's, you know, repent. But it really simply means to have a radical change of thought. That comes from within you. That's what you're asking God for, or you're claiming from God, is to have that radical change of thought that brings you into your power to send love to yourself, to send love to whoever else was involved, to hold whatever situation was in a space of love. Let that love dissolve or move out any regret that you might have. There is a saying in spirituality that goes, love moves anything unlike itself or that is not love out of the way to make room for more love. Thank you so much for joining me. Be sure to drop your comments below any thoughts or questions that came up for you. And also be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel also, and get notified of my upcoming videos. It's been wonderful being with you, and I will see you again in the next video. Love you, boo. See you next time.